Okay, here's a kind of a specialized informative video. So on one of my videos, I show how to overwinter box turtles, how to kind of hibernate them for the winter. Now I keep all mine outside for the most part. Some of them I let them hibernate naturally in their enclosure, and then there's some of them that I bring in and I put in bins. And then when spring arrives, when it's time to put them back outside in an enclosure, I will kind of wake them up and stuff. So I want to show a couple things here. What you see here are hatchlings from August. Okay, and I hatched these eggs in an incubator, and then once they hatched, I put them in this container with a hole in it, and I put them in the bottom shelf of my refrigerator for the winter. Now, why would I do such a thing? Well, in nature, they stay in the ground till spring. They have enough stored energy in the from the egg just inside their shell to make it through the winter. So if you keep them cool and you keep them moist, they'll be fine. Now this is really damp. This is much wetter than I normally keep it. But what's happened is I've taken them out of the refrigerator for the past week, and I wanted to make sure that they were well hydrated. But as you can see, since they've been out and they've been in my garage, you don't stick them in sunlight. You just put them in room temperature and let them kind of wake up on their own. So these guys are now, they hardened up a little bit and are now ready to be placed outside. Now this is how I place them outside. This is my baby box turtle enclosure, so to speak. This is how I keep them. You keep the water very shallow because they aren't good swimmers. Box turtles are not good swimmers anyway, so you get it. It's just enough for them to get in there and soak themselves, hydrate themselves. So what I'm going to do is take these guys out of here. Still have the egg tooth. Can you see that little white tip at the end of their beak? See that little thing there? And I'm going to place them in here. And they'll dig down and they'll be fine. And they'll start to eat in probably a week or two. So I'll give them some live food and hope they catch on to that. We had a good hatch rate last year. No, I don't think this one made it. That one didn't make it. That's a shame. That one's pretty too. Sometimes they don't make it, which is normal and natural. Yeah, this one didn't make it. Yep. That one's pretty too. That's a shame. These are three-toed box turtles. So, let's see, make sure we get them all out of here. See, normally the dampness, I keep them like that. It's soaked, and then I squeeze it out, and then it's good. But I wanted them to be hydrated. That one didn't make it either, I don't think. Okay. I had a total of 3 that did not make it out of here. That did not survive. So, but that's kind of normal. Okay, and then I saved this. It's a shame those 2 didn't make it. But that's nature, you know. No matter how much you try to intervene, it doesn't always work. But, you know, all of those guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. And they'll be fine. And they'll go under that log and they'll dig themselves in. Under this bark, they'll dig themselves in. And then I'll have a little feeding tray and they'll be okay. So that's what we do for these little guys. We'll put the ones that expired off to the side. So, all right. So let's go to this. We got a couple things going on here. Here's the adults I put away in the fall. And what you can see is we got 2 that are awake already. One's digging himself up. These guys are on their way. Now you want to rehydrate them because they haven't had anything to drink in about 6 months. So what I do is I prepare some shallow up in with some lukewarm water. You don't want it too cold, you don't want it too hot. I add this. This is for poultry, it's for animals. I use this with, I use that vitamin electrolyte supplement for my chickens. It works well with reptiles too, and I just put a pinch or 2 into the water. I don't even measure it out. So I want to rehydrate them for I want to rehydrate them. So what I'm going to do is just pick them up and put them in. This is the male. He'll do fine. This guy here. Now hopefully they'll start drinking, but there's one here. Yeah. Okay, girl. There you go. I had this one since she was a hatchling. That one I just had there, this is one of her babies. That's one of her babies there. So I go through these, making sure I get them all out. They're usually at the very bottom. They're noticeably underweight and thin when I pull them out, which is understandable. They're on an internal clock. They kind of wake up on their own. Oh, come on, guys. I keep a couple bins, but this is the one that I went to first, so making sure everybody is out. All right, everybody's out of this bin. Okay. Okay. So we got these guys in here. And they're going to soak and drink. Now here are these other ones. These are 1-year-olds and I believe 2-year-olds in here. And it's the same thing. And I let them soak. Sometimes they'll, like, you can see the eye on this one. There'll be some impacted like pus in there from sleeping all winter, because something will get in there, but that'll actually clear up once he gets his eyes open. This one's got a little bit of that going on too, and that's the other reason I soak them. So I get them in there to kind of hydrate themselves and get rehydrated, and you can see they're already active. I got their little outdoor pens kind of, I just prepared them, so they're going out today. So, and once they're out, they're out. And they'll be good. And then there we go, looking at those guys again. I'm going to put a flat rock in there to make that even more shallow. So, ooh, I got a lot of mouths to feed. They won't eat for, it'll take them a little while for their metabolism to kind of get started. Now you can see that male, his eyes got that cloudy stuff on it too, but that'll be all right. It'll come out. And it'll take a week or two for their metabolism to get started. It depends on the weather. And then once they kind of get going, they'll be okay. So, all right, I think I got another bin in there or two I got to go through. So I just thought that would be that's how I wake them up. Get them all started for the year. So, till next time.